Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Jamie Hughes Show. My name as always is Jamie Hughes and today I'm going to be giving you my review of Baby Driver. Now as always with my videos, this review may include spoilers, so you have now been warned. So Baby Driver is absolutely incredible. There's no other way I can start this review other than telling you that you all need to go and see this film because it is amazing. It is honestly probably one of the best films I've seen all year. For those of you who watch these reviews regularly, you will know that I always say that I want to feel something when I see a film. I always want to get emotionally invested, and I'm not going to lie to you, from the very first scene, if not the very first shot of this film, I was totally 100% invested. It was brilliant. I'm just still so excited from seeing this film. I'm not gonna lie, once this film had ended, I jumped in my car, I put my sunglasses on, and I tried to look cool, but you can't really look cool in a Vauxhall Corsa driving around Broughton Shopping Park. Yeah, it just didn't look cool whatsoever. But it just doesn't take away. This film is amazing. The story it's so original, but so interesting at the same time. It just kept me guessing for I wasn't sure which way the story was going to go, what was going to happen with the characters. Yeah, and I was just totally invested. This film made me sink into my seat with enjoyment. I almost forgot I was in the cinema at points. I was so invested in this film, and I was so focused on watching this film. Yeah, it was just brilliant. I thought the characters were very well casted, and they were all interesting characters. Every character had a reason to be there. They were all very well thought out characters. They all added a real layer to the story, a real depth. There was no weak character at all for me. It was, yeah, they were very well thought out. Another thing that I really enjoyed, and I think everyone is, I'm just repeating what everyone else is going to say, the soundtrack to this film is brilliant. There's not one bad, I don't think there is, genuinely, I don't think there is one bad song in this film. It is probably, yeah, I'm going to go out on a whim and say, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that this is probably one of the best soundtracked films ever. I really loved just everything about the way the music was incorporated into this film. It was almost like the music in this film was an extra character. It was that important, and the sound effects, the way they were used and the way that they synced up with the music was just, it was a breath of fresh air, and it was absolutely incredible. Now, my next point I want to say to you guys is for all of you Easter egg hunters out there, obviously this is an Edgar Wright film, and he likes to plant little Easter eggs in there. For those of you that have seen Shaun of the Dead, there's the scene in the pub where Ed tells the story of what is going to happen throughout the film. That also happens in this one, so keep an eye out for that. It happens very early on in the film when Baby is sitting there flicking through the film channels. Yeah, basically it tells the story of Baby Driver within that 30-second segment. So I really enjoyed that. And the only real negative I do have to say about this film is that it starts off so huge and so grand that this point I'm going to make was always going to happen. It does drop off and it does slow down throughout the middle of the film. But that's how I felt watching this film, but then coming out of it again and realising that was for a specific reason. I say it was thought out because you've got this massive starting point. Then the film drops down, but the reason it drops down is so it can start again, to start its crescendo towards the end of the film. And yeah, so even the negative I have to say about this film is not really a negative because it was justified, and they were driving you through this story all the way out, and you knew you were in safe hands. Yeah, so if you didn't already know, I rather enjoyed this film. It was just great, honestly. Just go and see it. I can't really say too much more than I already said, because I think I'm genuinely going to explode with excitement. This film is definitely, without a doubt, the coolest film of 2017 by a country mile. Is it the best film of 2017? We will have to see, because there are some great films coming out this year and this summer. So we'll have to wait and see, but for me, it is definitely a strong, strong contender. So if you have seen Baby Driver, let me know what you thought about it down in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, why not give it a like and why not subscribe, because you'll be helping me out massively. That was very forceful. You'll be helping me out massively. There we go. Yeah, and God, yeah, just go and see Baby Driver because it is amazing. And that's all I got to say. Thank you very much for watching this episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. I will see you in the very next episode. Ta-ra.